time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah? Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
I gotta tell you, that puppy. Ooh, what a beautiful, majestic hound. Probably the best part of that intro. Well, actually, everything's the best. That intro is so cool. All the love to our good friend Von Trask from 911 Turbo for putting that together. We're working out a contract negotiation. Not really, that just sounds silly. We are currently trying to figure out how to put that song available to you for download somewhere. I think that sounds a lot better. Royal Anders is off gallivanting in Alberta right now, so when he gets back, we will have that ready to you. Welcome to the Hump Day edition of your show. My name is Gary. This is where we come to hang out, man. 4 to 5 every weekday. It's a lot of fun. All of our friends join. We literally have like a traveling circus now of different sort of co-hosts, which is how we envisioned it when we first started this little dream of having a fun little show and then letting it promote other shows that are recorded, like the One Bad Podcast, like another new show we're going to announce next Tuesday that's going to debut as well. It's going to be very fun. And we may even debut another show tomorrow, as we were teasing it yesterday, with Uncle Mike, who you know from his All Natural Products, as well as Matt from all the bands being Untimely Demise, Raven Witch, and Into Eternity. I think we got a name for it too. I've been trying to build, I spent like an hour trying to build an intro. I'm not very good, and that's why I got a Wendy Brooks media pass? Does that work? A media pass? Anyways, if you hate social media as much as I do, and you don't ever want to deal with it in any way at all, hit her up. She'll make it happen, okay? Love us some Brooksy. It is Wednesday. That means that we will be checking in at some point today with coach number 1, real name Adrian Belarja, my old coach, family friend. Love him to death. He lives in Australia. He's got his daughter's birthday, I believe, today. So they're celebrating that. When they're done, they're going to join us on the Zoom, so that will be good. Right now, I got a guy who made packing peanuts famous. I have a man beside me who has been hosting a podcast for the last 8 years. That's it right there. We're talking over 12,000 subscribers. We're talking over 440 episodes. We are talking the greatest podcast in the history of any podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Uncle Brando. Oh, man.
Well, you said all that stuff, and then you said my name. Are you talking about me?
I was talking about you, buddy.
Oh, thanks. That's
you don't
really
get enough love, hey? I feel like, you know, you're the star of the show, the belle of the ball. Every time you come by here, everything gets better. We just love having you around.
Oh, I love being here, Gary.
Dude, the CCO podcast is so good to the point where our friend Hardcora, who you can see here every Friday as well, you can catch her on the Past Our Bedtime podcast with our friend Brooksy. She legitimately was watching Commander Cookout podcast.
Oh, that's
and
so nice.
She is into Magic cards, and she and I are going to learn, and we're all going to play. It's going to be great, and it's all because of you, my friend. You got her into Magic.
Oh, so we got one.
We got one.
We got one.
Well, two.
Two.
We got two.
Yeah, but one of them, and this is a big deal,
okay,
is a lady. There's not very many ladies that play Magic out there.
What do you think the split is of men to women that play Magic?
Honestly, it's probably not as bad as it sounds, or I would make it sound. It's probably like 75-25. And I know that still sounds like overwhelming, because it kind of is, but it's way better than it used to be. So, you know what?
Sounds like you had this conversation before.
I may have, right? It's like,
oh, okay.
Can you even meet a girl playing Magic? Well, like, no, but there are some that do, so shut up about it. Right?
Are there any, like, okay, I feel like this is a good time for us to just delve a little bit deeper into the Magic the Gathering as a whole, since you are Mr. Magic Man yourself. Is there a pro tour? This is question number 1. Is there a pro tour that the best Magic players in the world go on and sort of tour around and play in all the biggest tournaments?
Yes.
And how does that work? Tell me more.
So essentially what you do is the events that Ryan and I would go to, there's
the cons.
Command Fest, Magic Fests, all these things. You show up, and they're the events that Ryan and I don't play in, the big main events and stuff, are 5Ks or whatever verbiage you want to use to describe them. And they are various Magic the Gathering formats. I'm not going to explain what that, but there's like standard, it's like playing pool.
Oh, okay.
There's snooker, there's 8-ball, there's 9-ball, right? All sorts of different ways you can play, just organizing the cards in a different way. And essentially, the players that do the best at those big events will get an invite to the Pro Tour. And typically at those same events, there's like this little section kind of cordoned off looking all VIP-like. And it's really, really quiet. And everybody's sitting there looking really intently at their cards, and they're dressed up like the poker guys on TV, right? With the hat and the shades,
sunglasses, so you don't know what they're doing.
Up, right? They're all scunched down like this.
Yeah.
And those are the Pro Tour guys, and they're playing for like not huge money, but like more money than you'd think you would make playing a collectible card game, and probably less money than they spent building their decks. I'm going to be honest.
Please tell me that just like a major hockey team, a major baseball team, there's scouts out there. There's a Magic the Gathering scout who goes to the different conferences, the cons, and watches the guys play, and then comes up to you after a big win. Hey, I saw how you double tapped your land on that commander over there. Like, I really like the way you're going. How would you like to sign a 6-figure deal with this company? Marge, go get some water, bud. Stop licking so much. You're sneezing everywhere. So I always tell her, stop licking.
She's eating the carpet.
Hey, stop that. Good girl.
In answer to your question, no, there is not.
Damn it. I want that job.
Yeah, it's win or fuck off, essentially. And for the rest of us, if you're doing well, you're doing all that stuff that you talked about, there are social media and kind of like creator wrangler people that are there. And if they see somebody with a big crowd or just kind of doing something that people seem to really be into, they'll usually get pulled aside and you'll get your conversation. That's how I got my guest spot at Magic Fest Chicago.
You have been scouted.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like a top prospect, bro.
Yeah, like they know who we are, and we've been invited to go places, and they put us on advertising. We were the face of Magic Fest Vegas.
When I tell you, watching right now, that these guys are a big deal, this is what I'm talking about. That's so cool to me.
Thanks.
That someone saw you like, this guy needs to be promoted. This guy can push our brand.
This guy's
this
good
guy
for
can be the face of Magic cards.
And look at me. Really,
The
look at
face
me.
of
I'm
Magic
the
the
face of
Gathering.
something. That's messed up, right?
So what's the process once they come to you? Where does it go from there?
It's not as glamorous as you'd think. Usually, it's mostly just a bunch of emails that get sent back and forth, and they'll say, "Hey, we'll let you into this very, very, very expensive event for free."
That's good.
And you can hang out, and we'll give you some stuff to give people. And that's essentially what it is. So the money that I was going to spend anyway, I just don't have to. And it's quite pleasant, honestly. I do dig it. And you get like a special little badge, and there's like a thanks for being here care package. There's like a special pin that you can get only if you're a guest at the show, and just some little exclusive things like that.
So bad for Magic. I feel like that would be so much fun. And when you look at like the big picture with all of this for me is eventually like is the Vegas one the next con, the next big one?
The next big
Chicago?
One is Vegas, and it is in September.
Yes, we know that if you watch the CCO on the YTC.
Yep, that's right. You got it. You got it. You got it, man. You got there.
Then you'll know that their buddy Alexei.
Yep.
That's the one.
They're getting married.
Ruined CCO in Vegas, which like you just said it. You guys are a big deal. The face of the Magic the Gathering conference in Vegas with these guys.
We are the.
You put on the party, man. You do it all.
We do, and this is real stuff. Like you go to the events, and the other creators and some of the other people who are kind of, I don't want to say in the know, but the people who watch a lot of content for Magic, they'll look for our shirts kicking around, and they'll latch on to one of them until they see us. Dude, where's the party at this year, man? Like, can we come over? We heard about the thing. And like everybody wants to come by and party with us because we're like the after hours. If anybody's going to go to Fremont Street and just light it up until 4 a.m, it's us.
It's you guys.
Right? And
That's it.
we have a little bit of something for everybody. We want to sit around in the backyard at the fire and have a couple of drinks with some friends and talk Magic.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to degenerate into just the
stories,
worst
man, the
form of scum.
Stories that have come out of there.
We got you, man. Like
my favorite days working at the old place were when you would come back from the Vegas con.
Oh man,
you would tell me stories. Like you could tell stories for the whole week. Like you come into work, you're like, oh, I'm like, oh, you look like you got Vegas con, bro. Like, oh, it was bad. Like, Garrett was bad.
I Vegased hard, my guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And not only that, you, my friend, when you're there and when you're Vegasing, you guys do it so well that even though your friend decided to get married on the biggest weekend of your CCO year, you still have a presence in Vegas with the Commander Cookout podcast.
Yes, sir. Actually, a bunch of our regular people. Big thanks to them. There's a Sink Guy and All Killer, No Filler Miller Genuine Draft, who is...
Is Rusty Trom Jones there?
Rusty Trom Jones, I don't think, is going to Vegas this
boo,
year. But
Rusty, come on.
He will be in Calgary.
That's the one where,
If anybody wants to go to Calgary, we'll be there.
I have to start going to these. I think I'm going to start tagging along.
Yeah, but those two
That'll be
guys
fun.
have really kind of took the reins, and a bunch of like our regular dudes who are going to be there anyway are going to go, and they're going to get a house, and they're going to kind of go in our stead. They're going to go hard without us. It won't be the same because, alas, we won't be there. But I'm sure that they're still going to have an amazing time.
It'll be a good placeholder.
I'll bet it will be.
That's for sure. Okay, we're going to do some production on the fly. Did I hear a coach come in? Coach Mays, are you over there?
Hey, just keep going.
No, come on. AJ's on the board. He's here. So come, just get mic'd up.
He's in there.
He's on the Zoom, ready to go. Yeah, walk around the cameras out of point. This is the best part about having a live. Nobody does live ever. This is why we do live, because you'll never see stuff like this. If there was a program director right now, they'd be screaming like, "No, you can't do it. It's not perfect. Stop it. Why are you doing that?" Not around here. We're okay with it. You're not supposed to say that on air.
Yeah, now Katie is going to know that you're totally putting his earpiece into your ear.
No, he's not.
That's going to be... He's
No,
going to
you're
be
not.
so weirded out by the
Okay.
whole thing to know that his earpiece, those
It
personalized
is,
for him,
it
is
is
in your ear.
okay. It is okay because I just ordered 12 more of those.
Is what Gary says on the
they're
show
here.
because he has to.
And
for
KD is the biggest celeb ever, so we give him nothing but the best. I actually got him going in to go see our friends over at Sound Impressions, Sound Hearing Impressions.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cassandra and the gang over there. We love you guys so much. Well, it's a rock and roll ear infection.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. Coach is going to hop in.
'Kay.
You're going to come back.
I'm gonna come
So
back?
Don't go anywhere. We're going to get, because I want to get more into the magic stuff, but we were sort of just dancing. And you guys can just switch spots, and then we'll bring you back. We'll talk more about that.
Sounds fantastic.
This goes in my ear.
Oh, my God. Do you want to get him set up?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
You're
I do.
so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Brando, first stint. He'll be back in a couple minutes. Man, the crowd is mild today. What's wrong with everybody? Hey, nobody wants to cheer anymore? What the heck? That's better. Thank you very much. I got that thing loaded up with batteries, too. It's all good, boys. So the Wednesday tradition is about to commence. And on this Wednesday, we are going to take a little trip. That's where Coach is. That's it. Take a little trip with Maze. That was good. Look at this. That would have been a great Maggie cap. Marge, come here. We're going to pay some bills while we guys transition. Coach one, you just relax. Yeah, you sit down. Phenom, let's go. We got Phenom on the ones and twos today. My sweet, sweet prince. Let's go ahead and do a fluffy butt Maggie cam so we can say hi to our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with their beautiful, beautiful puppy Leroy, as well as Kirsten and Char and Chris, always happy to make your life better, be it your pet's food, be it toys, be it cute little outfits, leashes, everything. They got it all. And if you're having a bad day, don't worry. They'll cheer you up too. The kindest human beings ever working over there at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. You know him as Coach number 2. And he is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Coach number 2. I guess I just said it. I thought it was fun. Is the crowd still going mild? Look at it.
Hey,
You
Brad.
got the walk-up music. You hear it?
No.
You turned
Oh, I gotta
you
turn it on.
Look at mine dropped, and now it's just dang. Is this what it's like to have earrings?
How do you turn it on?
Big earrings when they fall out? You just twist it. Look at this.
Don't twist it.
I dropped mine, and it just tugged on the ear. All right, let's get this back on track
Oh,
here.
I'm back. Now I'm on.
Now should be able to
Okay.
hear our weekly Wednesday guest.
Brando said I smelled nice.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What are you-
And then it was my shirt, but I took a whiff of my right armpit. The stinkier of the two pits. Very disappointed with what I smelled. It
Well,
smelled
that's
like
'cause
vegetable things.
You're not wearing Uncle Mike's.
I need some Uncle Mike's so bad. I need
It's
some
the
Uncle Mike's
best deodorant.
shampoo bar.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I didn't get the shampoo bar yet. I can't wait for the music show. All right, Phenom, let's go ahead and check in all the way from Melbourne, Australia. I know I was saying New South Wales. You were making fun of me. Victoria.
You know what? You don't have
VB,
to announce
drink the
that. That was
VB.
just a conversation off air that we had.
Well, that's all right. There's nothing that's off air that isn't on air around here. That's what
That's
makes
true.
the show great. We love to do
Melbourne, Victoria, I believe.
it. Yeah, Victoria Bitter, VB. That's the beer they drink out there.
I crushed some stubbies.
Is he there?
That
Let's
Victoria
do it. Let's
Bitter
flip
was
it.
like the Pilsner.
Ah, look, he's got the Rhinos gear on.
Sweet.
And you got the Berries gear on.
And I got Maggie licking my elbow.
Yeah, she's making sure you're loose.
I'm good.
Coach number 1, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good, GM. But I got to ask you a question before we start.
Okay.
Who does the pitcher in baseball throw to in a game?
Not this, really, you guys? The catcher?
Is it? though?
I'm so happy you said that.
I'm only saying it because I got roasted for saying back catcher. Like a jabroni. You don't I blame you. You were my best and most favorite coach next to his brother and next to Deutscher, I guess. All three are my favorite coaches, but you guys should have taught me that. No one taught me that. It's actually just catcher and not back catcher.
We might. Okay, that's a failing as a coach, but I'm glad that
Rookie.
Maisie called that out because
Yeah.
when I was watching the rest of the show and you said back catcher, I thought, oh, Gary, it's not back catcher.
Yeah.
And Maisie jumped all over it. That was
Yeah.
great.
I love that you did that face because that's what I said. The looks people give. Coaches would give that look.
You guys
This-
act like it's a surprise. Like, obviously, I didn't know that.
Well, it's like in hockey, you got a goalie. And
Back
sometimes
goalie.
it's called a net minder,
Okay.
but that's fine. But you wouldn't call it a net goalie
This is-
because we know the goalie just looks after the net.
I feel like we're putting too much faith in people knowing things. Either way,
You got an agenda here. So get
I
going.
just want to get to the big news of the day. There's a birthday today. Hey, we got a big birthday shout out?
Yeah, my daughter Ryan turns 12 today, so we.
Happy
That-
birthday,
that
Ryan.
we-
That's
This
very
is our
exciting.
tradition. They get to open gifts. They open gifts before breakfast, and they spin the bottle, and we're all holding a gift, and wherever the bottle's pointing, that's which gift she gets to open.
That's a good tradition.
We got a live studio audience person over here saying that that's upside down. That's very Australian, obviously.
What's been in the bottle?
Well, just opening gifts in the morning. We do. He's thinking
I
gifts
see
are
what you're
opened at night. He'll talk about it later.
Okay. Now,
But that's awesome.
when it's your birthday, do you still have to go to school down under? You get the day off.
Now you still go to school at our house.
Ah, I see. That's a hard parent right there. Hard parenting. I like that.
That's right.
Very well done.
That's good.
Okay, this is awesome. I'm so happy that you are here as well as you, because you guys are my baseball guys. Do we want to jump right into the Blue Jays talk here? How are we feeling? Are we feeling happy?
I think if we jump too far ahead, I think people say remiss. I'd be remiss to say, I hear that's a cliche thing that people say, but I'd be remiss to not acknowledge that the greatest baseball player of all time has passed away.
Willie Mays. 93.
Willie Mays,
93 years
93 years old. So, I mean, there's debate if it was Babe Ruth or if it was Hank Aaron because he had the home run record, or if you're controversial, you might say Barry Bonds. But all round, 5-tool, could throw, could run, could hit. Willie Mays. So probably the most iconic catch of all time in baseball history, the breadbasket over the head catch. Top 5 WAR guy of all time.
The numbers are there.
So he's and he was a good guy, I believe. So
For me, and I just want to get this before we go to coach number 1, the fact that one of the greatest baseball franchises of all time, as far as movies go, named a player after him, puts him right up there for me in Willie Mays Hayes. Remember that?
fair enough, yeah.
He was fast, so fast, but couldn't hit.
He wasn't as good as
Warning
the
track
real-
power.
Yeah, he wasn't the real.
But the
Willie
point
Mays.
is that this name was so known. Is he just leaving? He's just leaving us now. Was it that boring? I didn't mean to scare you off.
That's a first. There you go.
Oh, they're in color too. I saw your brother posted that as well.
He's got the catch.
the colored version of the catch.
That's beautiful.
Now, you know what's really cool about this painting? So, when my grandmother passed away, she left us each a little bit of money. And so I got this painting done up. But if you can see here, this is my grandmother, that's my grandfather, and then this is our family,
Come
all
on.
Oh,
put into
dude.
the.
Painted into the
Instant.
catch.
That's beautiful. Did you just rip that off the wall?
That's so cool.
I hope
I did.
there's
It was
Velcro.
just, I've got it here in my office.
Okay. It's Velcro.
Oh, Coach One,
Oh, nice.
Coach
Old school
one.
hangers. I like it.
tell us the importance of Willie Mays and what I guess we all lost yesterday in his passing.
I mean, here's the crazy thing. The godfather to Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
So it's like, how good's that family at baseball? Bobby Bonds, Barry Bonds. Hey, your godfather's going to be Willie Mays. Like two of the best baseball players
Ever.
of all time.
Ever, yeah.
I don't care about what you say about
That's
steroids. but
usually why. That's usually why the coach's kid gets to play all the good positions because they've got the genetics.
that's just so
Right?
true.
Nobody would have been complaining if Willie put Barry at shortstop and batting third every game.
There wouldn't be much of an argument there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why your question is, why is he so important?
I threw a question to coach number one. I'm not sure if you just got confused that you were coach number two, so I'll just say AJ.
Sorry.
The importance of Willie Mays and what he gave to the game of baseball.
Well, I think the big thing, I mean, the catch.
Yeah.
People who aren't necessarily huge baseball fans still know about this catch being one of the most famous plays of all time. And I don't know what year that was. It would have been
A while ago.
50, 60, a while ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Our son, Ollie, his middle name is Mays, actually. So
After me.
it's,
So that's cool.
it's the baseball
Thanks.
history. Yeah. After R. Mays and
Yeah.
W. Mays.
Yeah.
But 93 years, that's as we'd say here, that's a pretty good innings. That's a pretty good run.
Yeah. No, for sure.
yeah,
And
Beautiful.
what makes the catch such a big deal? Like what was the setup for that? Like we all know it's like you're running a million miles and you can't see anything. You're just going like this and you catch a ball. But where was the game at that point? Like how big was it as far as a catch goes? 'Cause I don't know the story behind the catch. I just know it was like the first catch where everyone said, "Holy shit, you guys
That's
see
crazy.
that
I think
catch?"
I rewatched. I think you can, in the depths of YouTube, you can watch that game, and I believe I did, but I don't think I paid attention to that. I was just anticipating that catch.
I bet you
But,
this guy knows.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
I'll pretend I know. I've just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Sorry, I laughed way too hard.
I didn't know either. But Gary asked the question, and we're here to help. So
Thank you.
So he was playing with the New York Giants,
Yep.
September 29th, 1954. So we might want to put that in our Google Calendar, and on that date, we might want to commemorate that again.
Yeah.
Game one of the 1954 World Series
Yep.
and Polo Grounds
The Polo Grounds.
in
Crazy
New York
field.
City.
It's a
That's
big-
where it was at.
Big
It's
field.
a polo field. It's like legit. It's not just a clever name. Like the shitty Beatles.
I watched. I don't mean to dip
He's
into.
still, he's still looking. Don't worry. He's still reading.
He's
You got
reading.
time.
I've
Yeah.
given you time, but also I don't mean to foreshadow events that maybe people would reference when you get your Twitch thing going and you got these speed things. So for some reason, I sometimes watch MLB the show, and when they brought in the Polo Grounds, that's like the only
Yeah.
one that's you can get a inside the park home
home
run
run
with the
because it's so
slowest runner in the game.
Yeah, because it's so awkward.
Why do I know that?
Because you watch some dumb videos like the rest
I
of us.
just was studying for our lives.
Okay, 1954, Game 1 of the World Series,
Yeah.
the Polo Grounds in New York. That's the setup.
Eighth inning. The score is tied 2-2.
Okay.
Runner
it's
on
getting
first.
better. This is getting better.
So he makes the catch, and to Mays' point, had he not made the catch, that runner scores. Because that is that big field. And I also know from playing MLB The Show, I hit the most inside the park home runs there because the field is so big. It's
Yep.
amazing. You know what you're talking about, Coach, too. And anyways, he makes the catch over the head, fires the ball back in. The runner doesn't advance.
Crazy.
And remember, this is the eighth inning. So they score that run. It's probably next inning. It's over. Anyways, the Giants continued on, won the game 5-2 in extras. And this is a quote. The catch is regarded as one of the greatest plays in baseball history.
There it is.
Maybe the greatest. You know what I mean? So you have the catch, right? You have the point, right? There's not a lot of things that you know what I'm talking about. If I say the catch, you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? If I say and I don't even know if it's a real situation, but the Babe Ruth point. But if you just say
Calling
the
your
point,
shot.
calling your shot, right? So you know what we're talking
shot.
about. There's,
Pointing, and then
I don't know if can we name. Is there
Derek Jeter with the
throw-
flip? The flip?
The flip. You know what?
could
You
be
might
one.
you might have one there.
Jeets with the flip. That was
Yeah.
a pretty big deal.
You might have one there.
The golden goal.
Well,
Well,
that's
now we're switching sports
cross
here.
branding.
Come
but
on,
yeah.
Coach White.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got another one then.
Baseball.
What
Okay.
about this one? We might know, but I don't know if it's as famous. But the home run.
Touch them all, Joe. You never hit a bigger one in your life?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I don't know why I flex. I don't have any muscles. I was going to yeah.
You look good on camera. Like it's the right distance to
I'm
show your body
I'm
off.
That might be the best compliment I've ever got. I'll tell you, Coach number one, I've been so worried. Every time I wear this Uncle Mike shirt now, Coach always tells me that I have nip slips. So I'm like hyper aware of not showing off my nipples. So it's sort of embarrassing. If it happens, I apologize.
It'll get blurred out later.
Yeah, it's
live show.
Yeah.
Eee.
We don't edit either. This is it.
We don't.
You
Okay,
could
so
do a shirts off show.
Oh, tarps off. That's late night. That's after dark. Tarps off after dark.
I'm not comfortable in
Yeah,
my
there you
own
go.
skin yet. I'm hoping age 50 I get comfortable in my own skin to wear have my shirt off.
This is so
We'll
good.
get there.
We're hanging out with Coach number one down in
Can I ask-
Australia,
can
along
I
with
ask a
Coach number two
question?
here. Absolutely. Go right ahead, sir.
Yep.
Just resetting. In the biz, they call it
Okay.
a reset.
We
Okay.
kind of talked about hockey. We kind of talked about ice hockey, as we say here, before with the golden goal. But I got to ask this question, or I want to share this. I was watching before the Stanley Cup Finals kicked off. I was watching some hype reel, a promo of Florida versus the Oilers, and the music was AC/DC's "It's a Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll."
I saw the same one.
Yeah. Love that song. Like, it's obviously AC/DC's from here, and that song is rocking. There is another Aussie song and a band that when they do the highlight reels after the Stanley Cup's over and they show all the shots from the playoffs to the winning team,
Mhm.
this song had to have been created for that
that.
moment. But it's the band I don't think ever got outside of Australia. So the band is called Hunters and Collectors. I don't know if you guys came across them when you were over here.
I remember talking to you about a band called Reef before, but anyway,
An Unwritten Law.
Yeah,
they were a
no.
punk band we got into down there.
that's
True
cool.
story, yeah.
That's
But
a
never,
real
what's
life.
Hunters and
So
Gatherers?
No, that's a
Hunters
video.
and Collectors.
Collectors.
Well, same thing.
Yeah, but they couldn't. They probably
And
copyright.
so a great pub band. They're probably like the Hip, that they never made it outside of their own home country.
Yeah,
But they actually have a song called Holy Grail.
cool.
Really. And they
And
call
it
you
is
Stanley Cup the
perfect.
Holy Grail.
Have you played it? Like, have you sent it somewhere, or did they play it? What do you reference?
No, they never play it. And I like.
Oh.
I
Saying he
think,
wants
I think
them
the
to
NHL
use
should
it.
play that
I
every
got
year
you.
for that video.
It's like
I think Dufferin Ave Media Network should make a highlight pack of the Stanley Cup playoffs
to that song.
to that song for you.
It could be like an NCAA March Madness, the shining moment or whatever. Could be like that sort of thing. We could start it. The tradition could start here, Coach.
I think you can do that, right?
We can do our own thing, I think.
All right.
Hey, do you know anybody in the band? Are they still alive? Can you get us a copyright lifted?
I'll talk to my people.
Hey, you are not just a pretty face, you are also an author, a public speaker, and a really big deal down under. That's all I know. So if anyone can do it, it's probably you.
Huge deal. Yeah.
Huge deal.
Ratings are through the roof right now. I think we went from 2 to 4 viewers.
I forgot to start the show this time. I always start with the rankings now, like Dude Podcast.
Yeah.
And let me check my stats here.
Beep beep boop beep up beep up.
574,453 on YouTube under the Talking to Australians category.
Well done.
So we're climbing. How many
Very
people
well
live in
done.
Aussie now? How many people live down there?
28 million.
I'm going to say around 25 mil.
Okay. So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's 28.
Either way. Oh, you're going to argue with the guy that's there right now?
He is not counting everybody. He's looking at
literally there right now. You know he's got a
magic of the internet.
Here he comes. Oh,
26.
6 million.
We had our boy the Phenom in the booth. He beat you to it by about 1 millisecond. All right.
And he whispered it too.
Yeah, you don't got to whisper. He's such a kind
Careless,
soul.
careless whisper. Okay, we didn't even get into the Jays, so we have to do
Okay,
that.
well, we have to do that, but we got guests.
We got
man.
guests, yeah. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
is that we could do this all day.
Let's go. Let's do Jays real
But
quick. We got to talk about the
Are
Jays.
we? So AJ and I have spoken a little bit prior to this and talked about things, and I guess we'll save that for next week. Whatever. Like whatever. You know what I mean?
I do want to know, as Bo Bichette went on the IL, and they called up Orelvis.
That's
The
awesome.
dinger man. The bringer of all things crushing balls. Apparently this guy's hitting like a 4,000 right now. Is he going to save the franchise?
I don't know. What is he batting? 248 or something with 16 home runs.
He's raking in AAA. What's his name, AJ? Orelvis Martinez?
Orelvis.
Is that right? Rodriguez?
Martinez.
Yeah. Like Pedro.
He's wearing number 13, yeah.
Yeah, I think he might be playing today. Is there any way that this is going to be the guy that turns it all around and these guys get back on track before we all realize just jokes and they start selling?
I just hope he goes on a tear like Schneider did when he first joined the Jays, where he was the next great thing.
It's
Maybe not
contagious.
the next great one, but he looked pretty good when he first started. But I just love what the Jays are doing is they're bringing the young guys up.
Yep.
And I know, Maze, in our chat group, there's conjecture around why are they bringing all the young guys up? Are they just want to give them experience to see how they go, and that's what they're going to run with for the rest of the season? Are they resting some other guys so they're ready for trades? Or are they going, let's give these guys a run and maybe they can get traded? There's something going on, but I like that they're doing something different because the norm was not working.
I mean, Sideburns probably needs to go,
Oh, God.
right?
Don't you rip on Sideburns.
Mattingly probably, like, what is he
Didn't even
doing
shave
there?
him.
Like, if he's just an advisor, fine. But if he's the hitting coach, like, what are you doing? So now they brought up the AAA hitting coach to actually do something rather than just sit there and eat spits or whatever, right?
I will say this, as far as the young kids go, you said it with Schneider, and I will, I guess, echo that with Big Ern Clement. Big Ern Clement's hitting like 580 right now in his last week. The guy's just blowing up.
They got to play them.
Yeah, play the kids. Let the kids
Play
play.
them.
Right,
They
Coach?
have to.
He's saying yes.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for giving us some time. I know you got the birthday party going on this morning. I know you're busy, but this Wednesday tradition just isn't the same without you joining us, okay? So
It's a Thursday
we
tradition.
appreciate it. Today's
Thursday.
Wednesday. Oh, you're talking
It's
about
at
his
least
point of-
Friday in Australia.
What year is it out there, bro? Yeah.
2028.
Timeline humor. That's good stuff. So happy Thursday morning tradition to you. We love and appreciate you greatly. Say hi to the family and have an awesome, awesome birthday day here. And hopefully the spin of the bottle goes well and there's some big gifts getting handed out.
All right. See you, boys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, he's coach number 1, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You want to go back to your side spot? You
So
can keep
I'm-
your headpiece in. Ladies and gentlemen, give
Keep
it
it
up for coach number 2. You're not going far. Let's go right there. All right. This next guest, you know him from a little show called Stripped Down. You know him from local radio. You know him from local wrestling. You know him from the guy that carries the camera at every single event you've ever been to. Get the Paperboy song ready. His name is Curtis Anderson.
That one guy clapped for a long time. I appreciate that.
That's how we do.
That's crazy. He was in Australia in the future. You should have asked him who won the Oilers game.
Dude, all I
No
want to say
spoilers.
is bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. Where you gonna be at tonight?
I am doing camera for Snoop Dogg, and I cannot wait.
Dude, and not only that, it sounds like you got some free reign out there with that camera, hey?
Apparently, there's no director. 2 camera people, no one calling the shots.
Nothing but
I
crop
imagine
shots.
he just kind of walks back and forth. You know, I don't
wears-
imagine he's going to suddenly take off left or take off right.
He also wears lots of local sports jerseys.
Does he?
He wore, I believe he wore a Blades jersey last time, or a Riders jersey or something last time he was here.
If I can get close to him, I'll get him to do like a station ID on my phone for your show.
Perfect,
Like,
yes.
yeah,
Snoop, real quick, just say, listen to your show on the Dufferin Ave Media Network. And he'll be like, what?
you're watching your show with Gary Nickel. That's my
Is that
Snoop.
just- that's the
I
worst
was
Snoop Dogg
practicing it
impression
in
I've
the
ever
car
heard,
on the way
dude.
over here, and I was like, "How is it, Noah?" And he was just staring straight ahead. So I knew I had a winner. I'm telling you, he's gonna come out tonight and be like, "I just came from Regina, and they said they had the best weed. What do you think about that, Saskatoon?"
I can't get over how bad your Snoop Dogg is. That's like the worst Snoop Dogg. That
Go
one
ahead.
can we turn on mic 3? Mic 3? There you go.
Quickly.
Yes.
Am I on here?
Hold on. Yeah, you're on.
I'm on. Okay. Please transition to a Forrest Gump. Just let me hear your Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny, I hear that Regina has the best weed. What do you think about that, Saskatoon? It could be the same thing. Be like, Snoop tonight. I'm gonna get him to say, "So I ran." That's my. That's
they
good.
might have the same voice. Actually.
That's to my credit. I can only do like 2 voices, and that was like a third that came out of nowhere. So I was proud of myself on the drive over. I was bouncing some stuff off Noah, and he just was not receptive. And I was like, "You just don't get it. You just don't get it."
You know this man as the father of the Phenom, who is one of our producers. Just so that's the Noah
When it's
that
all
he's
said
talking
and
about.
done, that is going to be the greatest thing I
Oh
do.
man, I'll tell you, I'm pretty jealous that you got a couple different go-to impressions. Like the only one I got is Sean Connery, and it's from a pretty popular movie, and it goes like this: "We named the dog Indiana." That's it.
Thoughts on that one?
I prefer the best one is the dragon. I am the last one.
That's pretty good. Was that Highlander? The
Highlander,
dragon?
I know. He's like the dragon guy. Dragonheart.
Dragonheart.
Clayton's going to be there tonight. He's going to be like, "We're looking for the best Snoop Doggy Dogg song. We're going through his deep catalog.
I'll tell you.
We'll rate him."
You want to talk about how the busiest guy in Saskatoon?
That was so funny. That was low key, really funny joke.
I'm glad you're keeping score over there. That's
He's
very
got
fun.
3 points.
Okay.
I'm winning.
Keep that ahead. I talked to our good buddy Clayton Croker, who you know from all the stuff. Mr. Creator Aid, the guy does all the coolest stuff. He was just out at Sageview at Riverhurst, one of the funnest golf courses going. He does all the best golf courses, best cooking, all that. And he's so busy this week that he's just running around doing everything, and he's probably can't even stop by. That's how busy that dude is. But he says hello and loves and misses everyone. Just want you to know that.
He's a good dude.
I think
Great
we gotta
dude.
get a Bears uniform on, Steve.
You think
He,
he'd wear
he
one?
might wear one. He might come out.
That would be interesting.
I like
Okay,
it.
so you got the Snoop Dogg going on. I noticed you also brought some.
Well, I heard something about you were making a VHS wall. That's
You're
like your
trying to.
dream.
Yes.
And you had one tape, and it was hits from the WWF.
Yes, that was. brought
And
in.
I was like, "Oh my God, I need to borrow that because I've never seen this." And on this tape, Gary Nickel was Mr. Perfect winning the Intercontinental title back from Texas Tornado, which I had never seen in my life. So sitting in my basement being like, "How is this just..." So I'm humble. I'm grateful that you lent me this VHS tape, and I finally saw that match.
Everyone wants to know, how did you watch it, bro?
On one of my 3 VCRs, I'll have you know. So I wanted to give back. So adding to the VHS wall,
Yes. Let's build it, baby.
I brought you a copy of Wrestling with Shadows, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Look how angry Vince is there. What a piece
Well,
of
yeah,
garbage that
right?
guy is, hey?
And this was from the 19... It's fascinating, right? Because for 1 year, they allowed Bret to have a camera crew follow him, and that just happened to be the most like influential, craziest year in wrestling history.
And not only that, it's like the norm now. You got all the behind the scenes stuff. When that went down, you said like nobody was allowed to do that. Like kayfabe was
Well,
still
every
so
time like
real. They
ratings are
protected it.
down, Vince would allow
Something.
people to try to get something going. And little did they know, the whole like you know how it ends. Spoiler, doesn't end well for Bret. But that the fact that he had a camera crew with him is like one of the main reasons people think that's fake.
Yeah.
So like, why would he have a camera crew with him on the biggest night in the history of the sport?
Yep.
But that's and that was part of his '97.
Is that a mint condition?
It's
VHS
pretty good.
box?
Yeah, I made
It looks
I made a copy of it, and it's so good. You want to hear my Bret Hart?
Oh, here we go.
He's bracing himself. Thank you for letting me still be your hero. I lost it. I'm gonna do Snoop Dogg again.
Even worse than Snoop.
This is
That was
Snoop
worse
Dogg
than
being Bret Hart for Halloween. Thank you for still letting me be your hero.
No, that's John Wayne now. You're doing the Duke. You're doing the Duke, doing Snoop, doing Bret Hart. That's a triple impression.
when I met, I've met Bret Hart a few times. I've actually interviewed Bret Hart multiple times.
Get outta here.
Yeah, I've interviewed him twice. I interviewed him when he was here for Aladdin.
What's he like? We talked about that.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's always good. And then when at one of the Rush games, I was the handheld corner guy, and I got to do his entrance, and I was so proud because I like shot it low, and he came back. He came back after, and he was like, "Hey, I looked really good. Like that's how that's how." And I was like, "Thank you for letting me still be your hero, Brett."
The hitman gave you
Props for my camera work.
No, for shooting him low.
Shooting him low. That's how he comes out, right? Right?
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
And then I got him to sign my official Bret Hart shirt. And I told him that I had been watching like all the 97 Hart Foundation stuff with my son, and it was really cool. Because this was like, what, 2018? And then he got like deadly serious, and he leaned into me, he goes, "Are you watching it on the WWE Network?" And I was like, I have no idea how to answer that
What's the
question.
right
I was like,
What do you want to hear?
I was like, if I say yes, is that going to trigger him? Is he
No, he doesn't
gonna
like it.
stop mid-signature? I was like, I don't know where we are with you in the WWE.
Tell me
and I was
where,
like, yes. And he finished the signature, and we went on our way. And then I found this sweet knockoff Bret Hart shirt. Check this out. That is not the official Hitman logo. And you ready for this? Look at this. Look at this depiction of him having Shawn Michaels in the sharpshooter.
Look at that.
I mean,
Doesn't get any
some
Wow.
some
amazing.
underage employees in some sort of
Hey.
shop worked really hard on this on the other side
Thank
of the
you
world.
for keeping it clean, as you know. No politics, no religion, and no negativity.
No,
Almost
just
got negative
great
right there.
impressions. You know what? Forget all you guys. My impressions are amazing.
I've been waiting for you.
If
to turn
someone's
heel.
just listening to the audio, they're like, how did they get Snoop, Tom Hanks, and Bret Hart?
Tom Hanks, I
All
guess,
in.
Forrest Gump. I was like,
Right?
Tom Hanks. Yeah, no,
It's
that
Tom
checks out.
Hanks, right?
Yeah. By the way, I'm supposed to read this all the time, and I always forget. Where is it in my notes here?
What do you got there?
You can listen to the audios anywhere you can find. Just so you know. I'm gonna write it down this time. How many times have we done that where I don't write it down? Where you can find better podcasts?
Better podcast.
Yeah, I get the joke now. I just got it. It's like because ours sucks. So if you look for better ones than ours, you'll find ours there too. That's cool though.
Joke, I think. Is it a nose joke?
I'm very confused of what's happening right now.
Spotify.
So there's Spotify, there's Applecasts, and there's
Applecast.
Musics. What's the music one?
Spotify.
No, there's one like with music in it. Apple Music? Spotify Music?
No, it's Apple Podcast.
This is why I have Brooksy. Check it out. Wendy Brooks Media. I'm going to worry about any of that crap. Okay, getting back to it. You want to know what a true skill really is getting a party like this back on track. And this is how you do it. What other impressions you got?
Those are my best ones. People are getting the big hook out. I honestly have like two voices. I've got my girl voice, and that's what that sounds like. And then I've got like my man voice. And so I was so proud of myself that I actually had like a third one in the car. I was like, I don't know if I could do Snoop. And he was like, yo, Gary
I'll
Nickel,
tell ya.
you're the OG, man.
I'll tell
It
ya.
sounded like Southern.
It was less that he was proud of his
Right?
Snoop Dogg and more that he was proud of having a fourth impression.
There it is.
See?
You don't know what he said. Did you hear him? Did you hear him talking? Oh, he's got a hairpiece.
The Brett impression of the Jersey signing.
Yeah.
Where you watch it, that was good.
Yeah.
Actually, that was
It's
in
just
you, for sure.
All right.
he's always got his fingers in his belt loop, and then he says something and he looks around like he's this paranoid guy.
Before we get to our Uncle Brando back up here for the big closeout.
Okay.
Strip Down, where are we at? What's going on? How's Strip
We
Down
have
going?
our season finale with local comedic rapper Jugless coming up on Tuesday.
Jugless.
Jugless.
When I think of the term jugless, I think of someone who doesn't have any Insane Clown Posse fans in their lives.
Oh, yeah,
That's Juggalo.
yeah.
And
I thought you were going to
Fago.
say you think someone who doesn't have jugs, and I was going to be like, that's
What?
so good.
What did I just tell you about no negativity, no bringing people down? We love all jugs,
Yes.
even piss jugs. I think piss jugs are hilarious. Gonna bring those back. Trailer Park Boys. Really?
Okay. Yeah. No. I
Trailer
know.
Park.
I know a gentleman with that nickname, and I was like, yeah,
That's probably from the Trailer Park.
probably.
That's
All
a
right.
big thing.
I was
so
gonna.
That's on,
we're
that's coming
probably out
Tuesday?
of time, yeah. But I was gonna tell you the story about my my in-ring debut, but we can save it.
No,
it's a
we're
good
not
story.
saving it. No, we're
it's
hearing
a,
it
no.
right
I don't want to go long. I don't
We're
want
not going long.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm just bringing Brando back for a big finish. That's
This
what
was
we
a
got.
this was a good story. So, I was I was involved in. Is it CWE? Was that what? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think I'm bad with promotion names
Well, yeah, it's a
and
good thing.
call letters, right?
We have so many.
And I don't know
promotions.
how much of the story I can actually tell because people got in trouble and jobs were on the line. So basically,
Don't get us in trouble.
no, it's not.
Okay,
no,
good.
this happened a long time ago, so I don't
Hey.
think anybody cares anymore. But
Surprised.
we went to live wrestling.
Love it.
Pretty sure it was a CWE show. Apologize if it wasn't. And there was a couple CTV celebrities, on-air celebrities, sitting front row across from us. And I was working at Shaw TV at the time, so I was like, CTV, and pounding them back and chanting these guys' names. And they just kind of were like, they were there and they were kind of acting like, oh, like, don't pay attention to us. So I was like, all right, whatever. So then in the main event, the good guy, Mr. Dice Steele,
Ooh, I
gets
like that name.
jumped,
Oh, I
gets
don't like that.
disqualified, and the
What?
bad guys are beating him up. And
So dastardly.
pre-planned, obviously, but the two gentlemen from CTV slide in and make the save. So this had been worked out prior.
on.
Yes, and this is why they were like, "Oh, don't," because we're gonna make the
I
save
thought
at the
this
end.
was
So
them
don't.
being like me, saying I don't like the attention. I don't want this.
Yeah,
Get
no,
away
no,
from
no.
me.
These guys
They're
love
setting up the
attention.
gimmick.
These guys
Okay.
love attention.
I'm with
Okay.
you.
So they're in there, everybody cheers, and the show goes, the show ends, and they're like, next time we come back to Saskatoon, we're going to have a rematch, and CTV Guy 1 and CTV Guy 2
Not
are
even
going to
named.
be in Dice Steele's corner to make sure there's no shenanigans from the heels. And so everybody cheers, and you'll come back July, whatever. So I go to the next show, and I think we were like day drinking, right?
Tends to happen.
Right. So we get there, and I'm just like, yeah, let's go, CTV guys. And, right. So I'm just making a spectacle of myself as usual. And then at intermission, this guy comes and taps me on the shoulder, and I'm thinking I got kicked out because he's
Yeah.
like, can I come talk to you?
The liquor was working.
Right?
Yeah.
So he kind of takes me around the corner, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll quit yelling, whatever. And he's like, you're from Shaw, right? I said, yes, I am. He goes, how would you like...
Come on.
Yeah, right?
Come
This
on.
is exactly. I was like, let's go. I don't care what you say
1000%.
next. The answer is yes.
Yes.
He's like, we'll introduce you. We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah.
And then in the main event, you slide in
Heel.
and you screw Dice Steele
Full
and give.
on
And
heel
then we'll
turn.
do like a CTV versus Shaw thing. And I was
love it.
like,
What a gimmick.
trying to keep a poker face.
Yeah, I guess I could do
While
that.
peeing a little. I was like, I am so in.
Yeah.
So main event, there's the schmoz at the end.
Where were you seated? Like, were you?
I was at the front
you
row.
were
So
ringside?
before
Okay.
before the match starts, they call me and they're like, "Hey, everybody! We also want to give a shout out to Shaw TV's Curtis Anderson. He's here." And I'm like, "Hey guys, sorry, I've been obnoxious this whole time." So then in the main event, there's a schmoz, and the CTV boys are keeping the heels manager at bay, and then I slide in, and everyone thinks I'm gonna help Mr. Dice Steele, but oh no, I do not. I crack him over the head. And he goes down, and he gets pinned 1, 2, 3, and people are booing me. People are giving me the finger.
The black sheep of local
I don't want to
media.
be. I don't want to be dramatic, but that was the best moment of my life on this earth. I got to taste that, and I was like, "This is what I want to do."
And I know you soaked it up, too.
And
You're
then
like sitting
so
in there.
they're
throw the
like,
garbage.
next time we come back, we're gonna have a 6-man tag: CTV1, CTV2, Dice Steele, Curtis Anderson, heel wrestling's manager, and Gary Nickel. I went home that night. I was like, this is my one shot. I'm like, mom's spaghetti moment, right? So I ate salad for like 6 weeks. I hit the gym
weight,
like
bro.
you would not believe. I have never been that cut in my life. I was just like, let's go. I'm going to pop the shirt. I'm going to at the end of the night, they're going to fire everyone else, and it's just going to be me in this promotion. This is how. I was like, I thought of something that I'd never seen before, and it wasn't even dangerous. I'm like, this is my moment, Gary.
I feel like the only way you can get away with that in a marriage is by looking so hot. Like, you're so hot that your wife can't be mad. It's like, okay, you go have fun wrestling because you
Right?
look good.
Right?
I'm with you. Okay.
So
Sorry. That's where my brain goes.
So we are like week of, and the promotion starts papering the city with flyers, and I guess the CTV guys did not have the proper clearance for the wrestling promotion to cover all their flyers with the CTV logo. So I don't know exactly where the disconnect was. I don't want to speak to that. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but basically the CTV was like, you got to cease and desist. We don't want our on-air people part of this. There was not the proper communication. This is not like an actual, you know, we don't know anything about this wrestling company. I don't know if we like, I don't want people to think we're, you know, in a partnership with them, which I totally get, right?
All I'm hearing
Totally
is
get.
win by default.
But all I'm hearing is 3 days before it's canceled. And I'm walking around my house with a 6-pack being like, tears coming out my eyes.
Please tell me.
Yes, just bouncing off my incredibly chiseled
I thought
chest.
you were talking about beers to
And I'm
drink away
just,
the pain.
I'm just eating chips, being like, well, that was a waste.
Wow.
Was this pre-phenom?
No, this was post-phenom.
Wow.
I lost the baby weight. That's what you're asking. So that was the story of when I almost wrestled, when I was in the best shape of my life, and it was all
Did
for
you
naught.
at least
I would not be here right now had that match happened.
Did
I'd be
you-
on the circuit, man.
did you at least cut a promo? Like record a promo or do something with that body?
I recorded a promo, but I didn't have it wasn't with the shirt off.
Next
But I cut a promo
I'd
with
like you
the
to bring
two
that next week when
with
you
the two heels.
Come back.
It was
I'd like
good.
to see some of your wrestling footage.
It's
I
good.
think that'd be fun.
It was really good.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to say 2012, 2013.
I remember seeing you, I think, at a place looking ripped there. And I noticed. I actually noticed.
And you're like, that guy needs to step in the ring.
Hey, break his hand.
And I think, like, I still have one move that I've never seen before, and it's in the chamber, ready to go. When I finally get my chance, when I'm like Superfly Snuka at the
I told you.
at the '96 Survivor Series, and I'm 100 years old, I'll
We're
get
going to
it.
have a CCO Sidewalk Slam on this very table, and we're going to gimmick it. And at the end of every show, it's going to be like the Eric Andre show, man. Everyone's going through the table.
Yeah,
So that's
I
when
could have
we'll
brought a
mess it up.
picture. I took some pictures of myself when I was that ripped.
We'll save it for next.
I
Always
can't. I
always
can't
leave 'em wanting
guarantee you the
something.
viewers wouldn't immediately get pregnant, but it's pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's pretty good.
Curtis Anderson.
See you,
Give
buddy.
it up!
Always a pleasure.
Thanks, buddy.
So I'm out of here. You're kicking me out of the
Uncle
chair.
Brando's coming
All
back
right.
in for the close. He's gonna give us the.
piano out.
You know what? We could do a 3-wide piano.
Son of a.
Here, get in here. I'll leave.
It's all good.
You get in here.
buddy. You didn't like my Bret Hart.
This is the live. This is the most live show we've ever done. I love this all so much.
Off the mic, he did better than I did.
Right?
I'll give him that.
Like this is. Oh, I'm so happy with
So much happened.
all my
while
friends.
I
Well,
was
this
gone.
is what I mean, right? Like, this goes from, oh, we might do this, we might do that, and then it turns into one of the funnest shows we've ever done, just because it's a bunch of fun, happy, kind people who we hang out with, and I'm just so proud every time.
We traveled to the
So
future
cool.
in
Yeah.
Australia. We talked about one of my favorite documentaries of all time.
Yes.
That's Hitman Heart Wrestling with Shadows. So good. And you guys talked about the second best baseball player to ever do the game.
You wait for it.
Right after Pete motherfucking Rose, the real best baseball player of all time.
Let him in. Let a man
Let the
in
man
already.
into the Hall of Fame. He was too good. He was so good. Let him be the San Diego Chicken 2 times. Tombstone pile driver by Kane. That guy is the man.
That's true. I forgot about the
period.
crossover.
He's the one and only baseball player I am aware of, and he is so good because when you're the only one on the list, you're on the top, baby. And that's why you should be in the Hall of Fame. That's why he's the best baseball player all time. Period. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're also welcome, I guess. That's how it is.
This is, you know, I've been
I am a sports journalist.
I've been pushing for for the Pete Rose thing for so long that I just stopped because no one would listen anymore. Like, sure, if he not one time did he ever bet against or on himself. It was always on other games.
Look at it like this. If he was
Let him in.
If him betting on games and then his performance would then impact the flow of
Exactly,
the
that's what I'm
game,
saying.
how good must that man be?
Good enough to have what, like 4,000 million hits?
That's
What's
right.
his official count?
At
You know?
least 4,000 million, based on what you just said.
Right around there.
You could probably stop. 4,100. Wait a second.
What's the difference?
Wait a second. I get a live view. Did we just step into a DeLorean?
What's happening now? What happened?
I just saw Curtis Anderson with the shirt off,
Finally.
and it still looks good.
See, whenever you talk about Pete Rose, good things happen. That's all I'm
It's
saying.
like
he shows up and things
he
are
started
dope.
talking about Pete Rose, and his shirt came off.
Here's the question. What's the gap between first place and second place on the all-time hits list for baseball? How big is
I
it?
don't know that answer.
God, you used to be so smart. You're
Yeah,
like
what
me
happened,
now.
man?
We were let it go. Well, we both used to be huge stars. He had kids and a family. I just
Oh, yeah.
lost my brain cells.
Are
But-
you telling me?
No, I'm asking. I just
You're
thought you might have
asking.
had it on hand. It's a lot.
don't have
I know it's a lot.
So it's one of those like on the Mohs hardness scale, or how diamond is like way up here, and then everything else is just shit compared to it. Is that what it is?
It's embarrassing, the
Like-
gap.
Man,
Pete wouldn't be on my top 20 list of players all time. However,
he would be on the top 1 list.
Hold
no.
on.
But
Whoa.
wait, I don't even need to defend that. But what I'm saying is, are there 20 people in? Are there
me
20
for
people
asking me
in
that.
the Hall of Fame?
Are there 20?
Yeah,
There's like 20,000, man.
Yeah,
not that many, but there's a lot. So
Yeah.
he should be in 100%.
There you go. See,
I still think you can put everyone in, man. Just put all the guys, like all the steroids guys. It wasn't their fault. Put them in, give them an asterisk if you need to. But it's such a huge point. Like those. Now we're gonna get in. I'm not gonna get into it. I'll just say those guys
Political.
saved baseball.
They
Those
saved
guys
baseball, 100%.
saved baseball, and then you're trying to tell them that, oh, you ruined baseball with your steroid taking that we gave you and told you to do. Like, get out of here, man.
Let it happen.
the steroid years of MLB was the only period in MLB history that I actually was aware of what was happening
Everyone
in
was,
baseball.
because it was fun.
As a
man.
non sports human,
If
even
you
I
were-
knew that stuff was happening. I knew who
I
Barry
will
Bonds
end
was
it.
and all that stuff.
I will end it with this.
Slam and Sammy.
If you were a baseball in that era, you had a bad time.
Yeah.
Balls got destroyed, like to the atmosphere, to the moon. It's crazy.
Was that
Beautiful.
was that when the guy hit the ball out of the Tokyo Dome, or was that recently?
Barry Bonds did that.
Is that Barry? Is
Yeah,
that
it was
Bonds
like
thing?
almost 600 feet.
Yeah, like over, like out of the closed arena.
Not only that,
No, that was Shohei Otani did that, didn't he? Just-
no, it was
Oh.
Barry Bonds. I just saw it the other
Wait,
day.
is Shohei
Not only
Ohtani on
that,
steroids?
Barry Bonds'
Oh.
hat size within like a year and a half went up 4 sizes, I think it was.
Was that because of steroids?
His brain just got so big.
Wow,
He's taking
they
so
make you
smart.
smarter too.
Yeah, I think we need some steroids.
Oh man, if we took some steroids, we have psychic powers and stuff.
That's good.
Oh man, our bodies they get all smaller and frailer than they already are.
Our
And we
bodies
could
are-
float
yeah.
around wearing robes, and we could talk to each other without moving our mouths.
I want to know real quick before we hit up Frankie's fingers. I don't know why. You guys, the show's too short now. It went Gary dances and embarrasses himself on the worst shows ever in the history of anything, and to like we struggle to squeeze into a full hour. Like we're starting to establish some stuff. It's pretty fun.
It's almost like we're good at what we do, Gary.
To the point where I forgot the funny thing that I was going to say to you.
Oh.
And I apologize for that.
Please do tell.
But let's go ahead and get Frankie to play us in here. There it is. Oh, we got an angle? Oh, we're going to have... Oh, look at that. Oh, there he is. Play it in. Curdy, you want to come play? The only rule is you got to do it with your shirt off.
No.
Well, and access denied.
We'll all take our shirts off.
This is great. You went the wrong way. There we go. Oh, I love this, you guys. This is so great. Thank you to these guys. Look at that. We got Uncle Brando here. We got Curtis Anderson here. We got Coach number 2 here. Thank you to Coach number 1 all the way down in the land down under. He doesn't eat Vegemite, hey?
Are you guys playing the foot pedal? Because I'm definitely pedaling it.
Oh man.
Oh, can we Maggie Cam the foot pedal?
Get
Let's
it.
Maggie Cam. See if we can get him on the Maggie Cam. Get some foot pedals going. That's good foot pedaling. Marge, say hi.
She shan't.
We love you, Marge. That's fair. So thanks to all of you guys. Thanks to the Phenom in the booth there. On the 1s and 2s, crushing it like he always does. This is what we got going on. I just got a message from the great Matt Young from CTV. He's going to stop by tomorrow.
Ooh.
And do some more gaming talk with him. Primetime Matt Young. Curdy's a big fan. Shout out to Snoop Dogg in town tonight. If you want to hang out, all let us know. We got room for you here after the show. And to you, as always, for joining this little tiny itty-bitty party we like to have from 4 to 5 live, Monday to Friday. Remember 5:55 live? That was awesome, eh? Global. Getting 5 minutes ahead of all the other stations. That was a game changer. Although it did piss my family off because they cut off Young and the Restless early. Don't you be taking Victor Newman away from my mom, okay? Or Nikki away from me. That was a good time. Well, you guys, man, Coach sent me all of the soap operas when we were talking about him before. He's a huge fan. Closet soap guy.
General Hospital.
Bold and Beautiful. What was the crazy one with all the
Days of Our
insanity?
Lives.
That was the one we forgot. It was quite
Oh,
embarrassing.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Bo, he was dreamy too. He had a jawline, hey?
Do you remember when that girl was possessed?
That's the one I was talking about. What was that? Like Passions. Passions!
Passions was something different altogether. But it was Days of Our Lives, wasn't it? There was like an actual possession.
There was like a
storyline.
part of the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wild
shout out.
stuff.
Thank you to Soap Operas. We'll be back tomorrow 4 p.m. Until then, please remember, be kind to one another, do a good thing, and you'll start noticing they happen to you. Have a great night.